Category, whole other category. We don't want to open that can of worms of geology. Okay, so names of mountains. Here we go.
So up in the Pacific Northwest, it's quite rainier.
So I was trying to find someone to talk to about just like a lot of fears and anxieties that I was having too, and it looks like him, Alea Fears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Himalaya. You got it, Himalaya.
Who'd have thought this would be the category?
Okay, too easy.
Okay, too easy.
Took a friend from somewhere north where they say "ya" a lot to the beach, and their first thought was just like, hey, this is Sandy, ya? Sandia Mountains in New Mexico in Albuquerque.
Sandia.
I'm from there.
I don't want to appear ignorant, so I'm nodding, right?
So we have Jeeves to help us here.
So as an assassin, I keep the names of my targets in a clay vessel. It's my kill a man jar.
Small round, this is going fast. You can never rest.
Ever.
Good.
In my free time when I'm not metabolizing energy into heat, I like to write a lot of screenplays. Really just trying to unleash my creative side. And I'm really into Sarah Jessica Parker, who people make fun of for looking like a horse, who inspired me to make my newest screenplay, Hey Mez, like Hey Mez, but with horses.
Hey, Nez.
Hey Mez is in Los Alamos, New Mexico.
And that was the night that they learned all of the mountains in New Mexico.
New Mexican mountains. The category is street names of New Mexico.
So I'm just no offense to Patrick, but I always hope that ladies win. So I'm rooting for this Lass and I.
So beware of lions and tigers. I hear cats kill.
East Coast.
Has anyone here tried Head and Shoulders? Wow, okay, I feel like I'd be silence for that. I'm glad you guys are like a nice, loving, warm crowd. Well, what I really like about them, aside from their dandruff protection, is that they really help with itchy scalps.
Alps.
If you're using Head and Shoulders, you have to be careful that you keep your hands up at the top of your head and you don't accidentally poke a nose.
I'm worried that under time pressure, I'm not going to be able to come up with good, strong puns. They're going to be old limp puns.
Olympus. Okay, we'll take mythical, the one mythical mountain. And that's it. It's real. It's a real mountain.
If we go into mythical mountains, then the rest of the night will be Lord of the Rings.
No Mount Doom. It is. I just learned that. We're not taking Mount Doom, you guys. Damn it.
We also learned that
I don't know everything, okay? Come on!
Do you guys remember, I forget exactly like which presidential or local election this is, but D's Nuts was a serious candidate? Yeah, okay, well, we'll have to get a positive response.
no, he's the president.
Huh? Oh, I'm learning something new every day. But it turns out that the person who registered as D's Nuts was actually too young to run for the president of the United States. I didn't know this when I was voting, so I put in my actual vote, but in the write-in I put that person and D's Nuts.
So just sort of a basic anatomy lesson. The muscles of the torso, the abs are high, or the pecs are high and the ab low.
Hashtag Bay Area Mountains.
Last round was really crowded up here. This round I finally have some elbow room.
Elba.
Mount Alba.
That's an
She's
island.
not only an actress, she was also a mountain.
Volcano, someone said.
Is a volcano a mountain?
Yes.
It's shaped like a mountain. It's a excited
But
mountain.
no more volcanoes. Okay.
Lots of mountains are not yet volcanoes.
Volcanoes would be another category. Right.
Hey, remember that judging puns is really silly. And
Okay, I guess there's a lot of crossover in mountains and volcanoes.
yeah, a lot of
Oh, lava.
no low volcanoes.
Have you guys all seen that meme that's like, it shows DW from Arthur seeing a sign that's like, well, this sign won't stop me because I can't read. That room won't stop me because I don't know about volcano heights. But when I was going home for the last time to try to decorate the room I had in my childhood, I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to decorate now that just like the frilly items of my youth had to come off the walls. And so as we were referring to what we wanted to hang, I thought about putting up on the wall, we could Mount Amber. Mount Tam?
Mount Tam. Okay, I'm gonna just remind you now in the further rounds, Reese's rule is in place, which means Mount Tamalpais is out, right? Because we've used the abbreviation already. Okay.
So Mickey Mouse really enjoys meadows. And you can always find Mick in Lee.
Yeah, it's a mountain.
It's a mountain, but is Lee another name for a meadow? All right.
Yeah. I guess we can't do meadows as the next category.
So who here wants to talk about pins and pointy things? Or is that just all Spike speak?
Thanks, Pete.
I would ask if anyone here has ever lived with me, but I know that the answer to that one is no. But my roommates and I got into a spat recently just because I don't tend to be home a lot of the time. I like to go grocery shopping and then forget about those items for which I exchange money. So they tend to sit in the fridge and just kind of like gather new organisms and make new art as they tend to rot. And so my roommate finally burst into my room and said, "Oh, that thing that you had in the back of the fridge, touse it out." Touse.
It's a mountain in Mexico. New Mexico.
Yeah, it's literally in Taos. Yeah.
I'm running out of good puns. I just have dumb ones.
Be careful on your. This is like your warning for geographical.
Geological features. Because it's not Mount Half Dome. Oh, is it? It's not Mount Half Dome. Is it called Mount Half Dome?
Mount.
Oh, I mean, it's like the coolest mountain ever, and somebody climbed it.
It's a real mountain.
Really dangerous and phenomenal. This is a very silly thing we're doing.
It was just a warning. That's all. Don't. Yeah. Everyone, calm down.
All right, $1 billion startup idea for somebody in the audience. Mexican desserts to your phone immediately. Apple leche.
Now we're talking East Coast mountains again.
So punning is a mentally exhausting exercise. And to those of you who have talked to me, honestly, probably here, like I'm decently fatigued. But when I sit at home, I also like to bake. And when I bake, it just tends to make me go a little bit stir crazy. And so I like to talk to what I'm trying to make. You gotta find friends where you can, right? So recently I was trying to make some meringues. Thank you. So I was trying to make some meringues, but you have to whip a bunch of egg whites and sugar into stiff peaks. And the peaks were not engaging with the jokes that I had been putting onto the table. So I was really hoping for wittier peaks.
Not Whittier.
There's so much. There's a lot to that. I like it.
So I I was planning on making a pair of boots out of a tiny alligator, but I got really lazy. So it's this dream of my sugar loafs away. Sugar loaf.
Wait, how is sugar? Where's, shoe?
Gar alligator.
Explain gar.
Agar is a small type of alligator.
Oh. Mom, guess what I learned today?
It's a little known fact that your sense of humor is actually stored in parts of your body. This is my boring knee. This is my Whitney.
Uh-oh, Whitney's been used.
We're good.
Not good.
Working our way around the 14 years of the West Coast.
So once I went to the beach when I was growing up. It's a big deal. I'm from the desert. I get confused about how water comes from the sky and occasionally accumulates in the ground. And so I went with my parents, and I think my dad works in a lab, and so he wears his closed-toed shoes and long pants. And once I just it wasn't like it was the first time I was seeing my dad's bare feet. For whatever reason, young me had an epiphany, and I saw that there was a lot of hair on his toes, kind of like a hobbit. And so at that point, I started calling him Pa Hairy Toes. Pajarito Mountain.
Is it even in Mexico?
It is! It's really close to my hometown. Come visit.
Are you from New Mexico?
Yeah. You just now figured that out.
No, I just did sarcasm. Quit loving me. Thank you.
Come on, Carrie. Come on, Carrie.
I'm out of mountains. Sorry.